It's Anything Goes podcast, man. It's your boy Sean Peoples. Hey, people, if you like what we got going on, like the vibes, like the energy, like the movement, like, subscribe, shares, jump in and join the movement with us. Take this ride with us and everything we got going on. Hit the notification bell so you can get informed all our updates, anything that we got going on. Yo, so we see that Demby is back. Took a trip to the motherland and now he has returned. Where are you?
Blessings, my brother. It's a pleasure. All the little vibes and come back into the place.
Yeah, man, that's the thing for go. Mr. Razor, where are you, family?
Yo. Yeah, man, my day here. Demby, bless up yourself.
Well, yeah, people, the crew is back again. Side, I wasn't really back, but anyway. Yeah, so, yeah, so, I want to talk about the land that we love, the country that we're from, Jamaica. Do we need a third party in Jamaica to, say, change the direction that the country is going in? And let me inform the people that we have done this before, but we didn't do it on camera, so I decided that we're going to do it on camera. So I understand that my brother's views might change since the last couple of weeks and since we have done this. So let's take a next shot at it again. Do we feel like Jamaica need a third party to help change the direction where the country I go? Where you said, Demby, since you just returned?
Well, brother, absolutely not. No third party in Jamaica, because that's just another party for more corruption and more problems. That third party will only be coming in for their own agenda and creating their own mischief and lying to the people. Now look what the JLP party doing right now. They are issuing out bun and cheese. Well, them issue out bun and cheese to the people them for Easter and print the yellow, the green JLP signal them on it. Now with all them print there, them could have add more bun and cheese to the thing and feed the people them if them agenda was real. So no, man, definitely not. There's no way we can have another third party. We have an extra party, because all they're gonna be doing is riding for their political gains. Print up T-shirt with them own face on it and them own logo. It's a marketing strategy they're doing. Country, they might try to run the country like a business, when you definitely have to run the country with true love and the best effort for the people.
Yeah, I think that these guys have been so lost in corruption that there's no love for the country or for the people. I don't think it crossed their mind sometime, the mistakes and the mishaps what they're doing to the country. But you try to overlook some of the stuff that been taking place, and I realized that there's a lot of Jamaicans itself where we'll pretend like there's nothing that bad going on in the country. We'll tell you that we're being too hard on what's going on in the country. And then, because it's not at their doorsteps, they don't complain. But when it reach them doorsteps now, they are the biggest talkers of this and that should change. But we'll get into that a little bit more of that later on into the topic. Mr. Razor, do you feel like the country needs a third party to change the direction, or what?
I'm going to agree with Demby that they don't need a third party, because their best interest, like you said, is not for the people but for themselves. And if their intention is for themselves, then we don't need a third party. We need what we need in Jamaica is for maybe, and this is my suggestion, that they need someone that's not affiliated with Jamaica, maybe from a different country, to come and watch over the politicians,
Oversee.
yeah, the overseers. to
I bring
over
back in the slavery days, brother.
to oversee what they are doing.
No, I think they need a. I wouldn't call it a overseer, my brother. I would more like call it supervision. Need somebody to
Supervision.
hold them accountable.
Yeah.
Somebody to be able to have enough power to say remove a elective personnel
Yeah.
if that elective personnel show that they're not doing the job at a capable mass, or even to the job. Now, I gotta say as best as them ability, because some of them man, their ability might be very, very small just to get money. So, if they're not capable of doing the job, maybe that not overseer, but supervisor would, step in and say, remove that brother and give the people them a next election to see who they would like to put in the place of this person.
Yeah, definitely. They definitely need something like that is not affiliated with any parties or with anyone, but just
I would agree with you on
yeah,
what you said, but the terminology alone.
maybe the terminology is wrong, but just to see what understand what I'm
What
saying.
you say still. Just I want to
Yeah,
clarify that for people.
yeah. So yeah, man, that's just my belief on that. That it's too much corruption. It's overwhelming, and something has to give. Something has to stop. We got to put a crack to this Da Vinci code that they got down there. So
magician, them, I don't think there's any crack to these codes coming up. So then, if we don't do a third party, what are we gonna do? Because I don't care what you say, it don't look good out there, and it looks very bleak. I mean, I talk about Memphis bleak.
it don't look good enough. My brothers, it really don't look good, because the whole constituency is really for self-gain, and they're not putting in the necessary effort needed to correct the problems that's been going on. But I do feel like we need some young blood in politics.
Yeah,
some young blood need to come in with more love for country and less ulterior motives.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's where it starts from. It has to start from the grassroots, because all of these people
we
have been
mentioned that in the last thing where they were burning us out for saying that we were being too hard on the country and the prime minister, as if we are the only one watching the news. As if they don't see, as if the problem is hiding from them and only showing to us.
Right. And that's the thing, where everybody needs to be in one accord, because we are seeing the same thing. And these are the things that we're elaborating on, is because we're seeing the same thing. We're seeing the issues. They are seeing the issues. But sometimes the people are stuck into their political agenda as well. So where do we go from there?
What they say? Yo, brother. Oh, you of all person, if you say that thing. Brother, I don't want to hear that right now. Yeah, man. Better meant for the country. That more here. Not going to tell me. Oh, me of all person.
Exactly.
But I said it already. I mean, now I changed my mind.
Yeah, exactly. So new breed, man. We need some new grassrooted people with intelligence and love for country, and not self-motivated interests, ulterior motives, and we just build from there. And hopefully the generation after the one currently now would make the change, because I think this one is ruined, like completely ruined.
That one had done. That should have whole generation. Dash it away.
Yeah, man, dash it away, man.
Yeah, man. Dash it the whole life. Because we need these young guys though who are coming, have some good ideas, some new ideas, fresh ideas. We're going to take the country from, back in the old, my grandmother, grandfather days, into the new generation, to the new world, maybe even some tech things they can do, give Jamaica some tech advantage. Because I whole heap of youth in Jamaica, very tech advanced, I'm saying when they make some things at Jamaica and do some, even the youth will build the car over there. I have some youth that do some things on computer where I consider myself a computer very literate person. And some of them things that when I see them man they do, I cannot do.
Yeah.
Right.
That one.
So
Very creative.
yeah. So I would say that my thoughts is I would say that Jamaica don't need a third party, but Jamaica definitely need to rebuild the two parties that it have right now. I think that those two parties should be totally dismantled from the ground up. Some new candidates, even if they want to change the name or keep the name, some new candidates should come in. Some young guys with some fresh ideas, like we said before, and we're saying again and again and again. And we have somebody who are monitoring these guys. You know what I mean? I said for make sure so them not fall into the same corruption as the other politician that came before them. Because it look like it's easy for falling into corruption at Jamaica. Because it look like corruption at Jamaica just look like it's just you're going to government and the next step is not to grow the country. The next step is to see how corrupt you can become. That's what it seemed to me. And I don't want to seem like I'm disrespecting the government of Jamaica, but it's quite apparent that something is wrong, and the two sides them don't know how to deal with it because they all got chances and what.
Right, I second that, my brother, because you know we've been watching this for years, and these are things that we talk about. You know what I'm saying? So when we see this going over and over again, and then you hear people outcry, "Oh, this one gonna be better because this is this," and then the next one come in and do the same thing or even worse than the other one, then it leave no choice to have the notion that hey, dismantle everything and start over. Like you said, keep the name, but hey, we need new grassroots, new bloodline to come in and make this thing move forward, because right now I think we're trending on a downward slope. That's my personal opinion.
Yeah, this is definite. But I think what they need to do to get rid of some of these people, because they're not gonna make the changes that's necessary, but they need to at least pass a law that give these guys a limit on how long they could serve in government, you know, so you could start to cycle these people out of politics and get fresh blood in, because the ones that's there, they're not going to vote themselves out of corruption, you know.
They're not gonna police themselves.
Yeah,
is merely asking the police to police themselves, and how is that possible?
Yeah,
Police can't police themselves, so you have to have somebody who go police the police.
Yeah, and they have to pass legislation that's going to cycle these people out, and or else it's never going to change. In my eyes, it's going to be
in the consensus of educated anybody with morals see the direction that the country is going and realize that in my eyes, your eyes, and should everybody else's eyes that's paying attention to what's going on should see that the country is not going in the direction it needs to go. And it doesn't look like it's going to do a 360, a 350, 340, or 30 to 20. Doesn't look like you want to do any type of turning no time soon. Look like it's going to a straight arrow of destruction.
Yeah, that's what it look. It's apparent. I mean, I agree. It's apparent. And, you know, I see a lot of things the other day when I was down there, and it opened my eyes to a lot of things, you know what I mean? So right now, I really do feel like, you know, the new breed has to come in and start from now. Hopefully that the next generation, because to be honest with you, I'm ready to throw the baby out with the bathwater and the tub. To be honest with you.
Kick him to Alima Road. Oh,
that was kick right. That's our figure of speech, but understandably so.
Babies.
No, we don't do that. But understandably so, because look, you are making decisions, and it's all for a singular cause, and that singular cause is not for the people. No, you can't do that. You cannot do that. Even as something as well as giving out gifts or help poor people, it comes with an attachment of the party that it's coming from. You can't have that. It doesn't
Brother,
work that way. It shows like there's an agenda.
the agendas that we see here is that if these guys who are the so-called upper echelons of the country stay in power, we're not going to see any changes. We're
Definitely
not
not.
going to see any changes at all. We're going to see the same thing keep reoccurring, and they're going to keep telling us that it's because of poor people and music instead of the establishment implementing in situations where people can actually make a difference for the country, starting with themselves by clipping the highest set of corruptors in the country to quell the problem.
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah,
So
go ahead,
I
Reza.
definitely. No. I said I definitely think that they have to. It has to be done, and not right now, but from yesterday, something needs to be done. You understand?
Right.
Because the this current generation, like you said, is a done deal. Raise the white flag. It's not going to change
yeah, man.
with them. You
Yeah,
understand?
I know baby that. Give back.
It's not going to change. So we everybody in Jamaica has to take a serious look and at what's going on. And I think if the people come together and require change, you understand, then change is going to have to happen. You understand? The people, because if you cannot leave it to the politicians, because that it's not going to happen. So if I think if people come out in numbers and say, hey, we demand this change, they're going to have to do it. They're going to have to do it, because, they're thinking of self-interest once again, that word, so they know that they're going to have to please the people somewhat to try to stay in power. But they need to go. They need to go. They need to go.
Listen,
That's
we're at a standstill with anything happening anytime soon. All we can do is speak, and we get criticized from people who don't agree with me. Then later on, them I tell us, I agree with them, but you can't say them things that out in the public. So I guess when you want to hide what's going on, you keep it to yourself, and nothing will change. As I always say, this what's the first step with a druggie or an alcoholic when them go to the class? You have to admit, say you're one druggie or you're an alcoholic to get any type of help. In my front yard last year, I had some wild grass growing out there. You know how I got rid of the wild grass? I killed it and plant new grass. You see them old wild grass, but it grow back every year. Every year, I try treat it. I try make it get better, and it never got better. So if it get better, you have to completely get rid of it and put new things in there for it grow better.
get rid of the root of the problem.
Exactly. So, I don't want to stay up on the topic too long, but we just want to address this situation for people and see if you agree with us. You could not agree with us, it doesn't really matter if you agree with us or not. You can jump in the comment section and make we know say you don't agree with it, or you can jump in and say you agree with it, and we can keep the conversation going of to how can we fix situations like this in our country, the land that we love. At least I feel like I love my country. I'm not sure if the government of Jamaica itself love the country or they love the access and the access and the things where them get from being in the government. So this is Anything Goes podcast, man. I'm here with my brothers, trying to have some good conversation, some life experience conversation, some conversation about how can we save our country, or how can we do anything to help the country. And we'll see if you join in the conversation and keep it going so that maybe to reach to the prime minister or anyone in his constituent and they might think of maybe we should do some different stuff because the people them not like what's going on. But yeah, this Anything Goes podcast, man. I'm here with my brothers. This is your boy Sean Peoples. I'm there with Razor. I'm here with Demby. Don't forget, if you like the movement, you like what we got going on, like, subscribe, share, ring the notification bell. Remember when Shabba Ranks, they said ting-a-ling-a-ling? And you ring the bell at that one. So let's ring the bell and join in on the movement. We out of here, man.